Hey there everyone, welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here, and today we're doing a little bit of catch up kind of. I realized that I didn't do an energies, all signs, star signs, zodiac signs, everybody January monthly reading. And so we're going to do that, but this is also going to be the mid-month January reading. So this one's going to pack a doozy. It's going to be a two-for, if you will. So we're just going to see what is happening, going on, coming in, not only for January, but also for the rest of the month of January for everybody. Now, this is with regards to the energies, not the sign. So non-sign specific, doesn't matter which sign you are. It's about the energy, for the rest of January and for the month of January. Hopefully that's making sense. I just realized that I didn't do it. I'm also going to be doing a mid-month and or for the month of January Aquarius love reading, because I didn't do that either. So that'll be coming out probably today after this one. So if you're an Aquarius, go ahead and check that one out. Also, if that, is something that you've been wondering about or something that you missed when I missed doing it. All right. Okay. Enough about that. Let's see what everybody needs to know. Got some magic coming in. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Oh my gosh. This one, January for everybody, the energy of January, plus the next couple months or the mid-month, it really is packing a doozy, you guys. So what is around you within the energy for the rest of January and for January? Many of you probably noticed this all through January anyway, is the dragonfly magic. So the dragonfly may actually be a sign or a symbol. You might be seeing dragonflies around you. They may be coming up as signs, synchronicities, serendipities. They may be something, but there is magic about within the energy around you all through January, but even heightened more here in the last couple of weeks of January. And this says, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. So there's a lot of transformation going on, and that's showing up here as well with that Nine of Swords energy. We'll get to that in just a second here, but there's a lot of transformation. Makes sense in January, right? We set goals, we set intentions, we make resolutions, that sort of thing. But you are having like this beautiful kind of coming out of the cocoon energy around you, and that's just coming through with that dragonfly energy. But that transformation, that transformative energy around you is strong. It's feeling kind of magical. I'm almost getting like this I'm not even a Star Wars theme going on, and I don't know how that connects, but for somebody that'll make sense to you. Okay, you're courageously letting go of the past. So with that Nine of Swords energy coming in here, with that, some of you had been staying up nights, having nightmares, having a really, really difficult time even getting any sleep, feeling hopeless, feeling negativity, or, tuning into or going down kind of passive negativity and having a lot of fear. All of that, for the most part, what's coming through was coming from things from the past and or worrying about the future. But a lot of you are letting that go, or have been letting that go here in January. A lot of you chose to make decisions at the end of December and the beginning of the new year, and in January are really moving into that transformation, that transformative space. That doesn't mean that some of you aren't still having some sleepless nights or some worry, some anxiety, some fear, that sort of thing. But there is a turning around point coming in. There is this magic that's coming through. It's almost as if you kind of make that decision, whatever that decision may be for you, and then all of a sudden you're just doing it instead of going through those habitual movements or going through like what you're used to. It's almost as if there's this new pattern in play that's coming through. Part of that is because you made that decision to really step into that and embrace that transformation. Some of you have just decided that whatever you believe in is what is true for you. So you're really getting on point, noticing, understanding what it is that you're believing, where you're limiting yourself, where you're putting like, kind of pressure on yourself for things, and where you're holding yourself back. Some of you are really beginning to see that, but you're also letting go, or you have courageously let go of the past, moved into this new year, this new month, this new time with this energy of newness around you, letting go kind of that anxiety, letting go that negative thinking that's been holding you back, letting go that fear, and or looking that fear in the face and doing it anyway. This is really gorgeous. What a beautiful, beautiful energy that is surrounding all of you. Now you also have Judgment and the Sun coming in here, and isn't that interesting? Judgment and the Sun coming in here. So some of you with that Judgment energy, you really have had to kind of surrender to be reborn. So letting go of that past, letting go of those beliefs that were no longer helpful. And that's really the process that you're in here in January, and or the rest of January is really understanding what it is that is beneficial and what is no longer working, so that you can surrender that, so that you can look through things, kind of reflect on things, have that reckoning kind of energy, and really let that go. Follow that inner calling to let it go and allow for that transformation, that rebirth, if you will, to come in. That does take a lot of patience, is what's coming through here on your part. And there's magic that is involved, but that is your own inner magic. That inner magic is that magic of that decision, that magic of reflection, that magic of choice, that magic of purpose, that magic of choosing what it is that you want and then moving into it. There's a lot of magic around you, and some of you are really tuning into also kind of the way that you've looked at things, how you've believed, what you've been holding on to, and what you can surrender now, making judgments, but in a beneficial, positive way, right? Sometimes we feel like judgment is always negative, but we need to decide what is for us and what isn't for us, and that's kind of where you're at. Surrendering, letting go of, transforming anything that isn't working for you to your advantage, okay? And then with that, you also have the Sun coming in here, so moving into that beautiful sunny disposition, that positive energy, that energy of, knowing that there's that magic around you and that you get to create based on what you believe, what your thoughts are. If you're choosing positive thoughts, if you're choosing to really see how, the magic that you have, the magic that you spread, the magic that you are in the world, choosing to see that, choosing to move into that, choosing to transform or transition into that energy, that is what is going to be really, really propelling you throughout the rest of January and moving into February. And February's energy is really bright and beautiful as well. You have that energy here of having that boldness about you as well. Some of you are really moving into this kind of bold energy here in January. The rest of January, you're feeling joyful. You're feeling kind of this pep in your step for some of you, and that is because you have made these choices. And now, right, we're in the second half, or moving into that second half of January, and some of you are really holding to it, right? Sometimes we make those choices, or we think we make choices, but we don't fully, we're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of energy. Sometimes we think that we make those choices, those decisions, and we're full in on it, but then a week or so goes by and we have moved right back out of that energy and right back into the energy that we were in before that. So those of you that this is coming through for or resonating with, you have stuck with that, and you are feeling very, very successful. You're knowing that you have shifted, that you have tuned into that magic, that you have dedicated or committed yourself to this transformation, to letting things go, to surrendering, to not any longer moving into that energy of anxiety, negativity, or fear, but looking at things and doing it anyway, giving yourself the second chance, realizing that there are times where we make judgments or we make decisions that really aren't beneficial for us, but knowing that we can choose again, and that sun is shining for you very brightly. That sun has come back out for you. For those of you that had felt like you were kind of in a dark space or in darkness, this is really turning things around. This is a really big energy coming through of this, almost like a plot twist. Like what I'm hearing is somebody being like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you would never do that. Oh, no, that's no, that person, no, they would never do that. And you're like, oh, but I did. Yeah, I did. Well, how did you do it? Well, I can show you the steps, but here's the thing. unless somebody is very interested in it, they're going to ask you to share, but they're not going to listen, because unless they're ready, you are ready. So you made those choices, those decisions, right? And you've followed through. For those of you that maybe got off the, fell off the wagon, so to speak, what's coming through with this is to get back on, right? We can have steps forward, we can have steps backward, but we can also choose to get back on that path or the wagon towards what it was that we chose or made the decision for. So that's coming through with that Judgment card as well, a second chance. Just because you took a step backward doesn't mean that you fell all the way off, right? It doesn't mean that you can't jump right back on as well. Okay, so that sun energy is coming through really, really strong, with that energy of really having that ambition as well, having that energy of really, being in that positive space, touching that kind of pulse or the vein of truth and celebration and optimism and positivity, and turning into that, like facing towards that energy of happiness, of that pleasure, of that joy, that warmth, that success that is yours, because you have that magic and you have harnessed that magic to transform your life, or to begin to bring that transition, that transformation into your life. Okay, now you also have the Keeper of Wands, and that is the Queen of Wands energy. And isn't this just a beautiful, beautiful card? And it's surrounded by that kind of sunflower energy, which to me is kind of an energy that the sun radiates, right? Sunflowers and the sun really always remind me of each other, kind of that brightness. Sunflowers are one of my absolute favorite flowers, and that's what it looks like to me here. But you also have that key and that sage. And with this Queen of Wands or Keeper of Wands, what's coming through is that you hold the key. You are the key to your own magic, to that transformation, to letting things go, to surrendering, to looking fear in the face and doing it anyway, to having that rebirth, to having that energy of, giving yourself a second chance. Sometimes we look at things and we think, oh, well, I couldn't give them a second chance, or they wouldn't give me a second chance, or maybe it is worth a second chance, but we don't always look towards ourselves at giving ourselves a second chance. So that is what is coming in. You hold the key. You hold the key. It's going to take courage. It's going to take determination. It's going to take passion and that confidence, building that confidence, going through this process is going to assist you with building that confidence, building that self-esteem. The thing is that's going to happen on the other end is you're going to be like, you know what? I freaking knew I could do this. I knew, I believed in myself. Even if other people were like, no, he or she would never do that. Oh, they'd never be capable. Oh, no, that's too hard for them. Well, they wouldn't do it. That kind of thing. You could be like, yeah, you know what? I freaking knew I could. I knew I could do it. And here I am. I freaking did it. I tuned into that courage, that sun energy, that brightness, that vitality, that feeling of, knowing that no matter what, kind of focusing or looking at what I was believing and what was holding me back. And I knew that I could do it. I had that courage. I had that determination. And you know what? Now on the other side, I am victorious, and I freaking did it. I always knew I could. So you guys, what beautiful energy around you. This is really dynamic energy. This energy of, for some of you, what is, that whole magic and transformation, embracing your transformation and courageously letting go and knowing that you are brilliant and you are blessed. You're bringing that into your own life. You're blessing yourself during this time and moving forward. You're using your brilliance, that energy of, I know for some of you, this is almost going to be that energy like, you know what, screw you, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it to you that I can do this. But not only in that process am I proving it to you, I'm proving it to myself, and I'm showing myself just how badass I am and how much I'm capable of, because I'm capable of way, way more than potentially I've given myself credit for, but also than what others or you or whoever this may be gave me credit for as well. And you know what? Here I am, standing up tall and strong, proud, with that energy of that Queen of Wands, that energy of the sun, and really, facing forward and knowing that I can do and conquer anything, that I can overcome. Beautiful energy for you guys here for the rest of the month, for January and the rest of the month. You really are coming in with this really strong energy, this energy of magic, and knowing for some of you that you can really move mountains. For most of you, this is proving it to yourself. For some of you, it's proving it to somebody else that you're capable of doing it. But either way, there's a lot of transformation. There's also that surrender, that rebirth, and that energy of letting go of the past. Once you overcome this, whatever this may be for you here, lucky stars, once you overcome this, you really don't have to, right? Depending on what this is, ever visit it again. For some of you, you may, and it's going to be empowering. You're going to gain that self-esteem. You're going to gain that self-confidence because you were able to do it. And of course you were. I'm so proud of you. All right. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.